Good day to you. My name is John Abdul, and I welcome you to today's lesson in our series Map Reading Made Easy. Our topic for today is conversion of scales. Conversion of scales. We are going to look at how to convert one scale to another. First, we are going to look at converting statement of scale to representative fraction. How do we convert a statement of scale to a representative fraction? For example, convert 1 centimeter represent 2 kilometers to representative fraction. How do you convert 1 centimeter represents 2 kilometers to representative fraction? Very simple. 1 centimeter represents 2 kilometers is the same as 1 centimeter to ratio 2 kilometer or 1 centimeter over 2 kilometer. 1 centimeter represents 2 kilometer is the same thing as 1 centimeter to 2 kilometer or 1 centimeter over 2 kilometer. Now, since 100,000 centimeter equal 1 kilometer, then 1 centimeter over 2 kilometer is the same as 1 centimeter divided by 2 times 100,000 centimeter. It's very, very clear. If 100,000 centimeter equal 1 kilometer, then 1 centimeter over 2 kilometer is the same as 1 centimeter divided by 2 multiplied by 100,000 centimeter equal 1 centimeter over 200,000 centimeter. So the answer is straightforward. 1 over 200,000 or 1 to ratio 200,000. So when you see a scale, 1 centimeter represents 2 kilometers, it's the same as saying it in the representative fraction form, 1 is to 200,000. This is very simple. If you are given another example, for example, 1 centimeter represents 5 kilometers. If you are to change it to RF without even calculation, the answer should come to your mind. It's the same as 1 is to 500,000. 1 is to 500,000. Merely seeing it, when you see 1 centimeter represent 5 kilometers, the answer should just come to your mind. 1 is to 500,000. When you see 1 centimeter represents 7 kilometers, it's the same thing as 1 is to 700,000 or 1 divided by 700,000. It's a fraction. Now let's move to the second one. How do you convert RF to statement of scale? Converting RF to statement of scale. Now let's see this example. We have our RF as 1 over 50,000. So if you are to change it to statement, it's as follows. 1 centimeter represents 50,000 centimeters. That's what we are giving. That is what we are giving. 1 over 50,000 is the same thing as saying 1 centimeter represents 50,000 centimeters. That is, 1 centimeter represents 50,000 over 100,000 kilometers. which is equal to half kilometer. Do you understand that? I hope you have not forgotten our formula. 100,000 centimeter equal 1 kilometer. So if you have 50,000 centimeter, it's same thing as half kilometer. Thus, 1 over 50,000 in statement is same thing as 1 centimeter represent half kilometer. Do you get it? 1 over 50,000 in RF now, if you have to change it to statement, it becomes 1 centimeter represent half kilometer. I'm sure you know how we got the half. 50,000 is half of 100,000. This is very simple. Now let's move to the next one. If you are given this example, convert 1 is to ratio 150,000. If you are to convert it to statement of scale, it's simply as saying 1 centimeter represent 1.5 kilometer. Of course, 1 to 150,000, even without doing any calculation, you should know that it represents what? 1 centimeter represents 1.5 kilometer. If you are given 1 is to ratio 300,000, if you are to convert it to statement, it's simply as saying 1 centimeter represents 3 kilometer. If you are given another example, 1 is to ratio 450,000. If you are to convert it to statement, it's simply as saying 1 centimeter represents 4.5 kilometer. This is very simple. Now, let's look at the third one. Converting linear scale to statement and representative fraction. How do you convert a linear scale to a statement of scale and a representative fraction? Now, look at the linear scale below. Look at the linear scale below. Now, if you are to convert it to statement, it is very simple. All you need to do is take your ruler, place it between 0 and 1, and read it off. Anything you get in centimeter is the same thing as 1 kilometer. So put your ruler and measure. When you do that, you find out that it is 2 centimeters represent 1 kilometer. Do it and see. You will get 2 centimeters represent 1 kilometer. Now, if you are to change that to RF, we have done it earlier on. It's same as 1 over 50,000, or 1 is to ratio 50,000. Of course, we know that we don't leave our numerator as 2. We can't leave it as 2. We must change it to 1. We must reduce it to 1. And in doing that, all you need to do is what? Divide 2 by the numerator and the denominator. And that is why we got 1 is to 50,000. Very, very simple. It's as simple as ABC. Now, I'm going to leave you with an assignment. Draw a line AB 10 centimeter long and show the scale 1 centimeter represent 2 kilometer. Draw a line AB 10 centimeter long and show the scale 1 centimeter represent 2 kilometer. You can do this and send it to me on my WhatsApp page. I will mark it and give you your feedback. So until I come your way again in the next lesson, stay safe and